All right. Okay. Let's see. We got and we go. Let's see. Ooh, oh, the police station. Let's see. There's an army surplus thing right here on the outskirts. I'm going to try to go to it first. Come on. Come on. Shit, it might be faster walking. Oh, no. Mm-hmm. Come on. Why are these set up with alarms? That's a lot of storage. Got gas in it. Okay. Those in a bit. Oh, rotten burrito. Apparently made the chop and join a little popular, huh? Let's see. Mojisk. Hey, this guy didn't have it locked. Simple webbing. Okay, well, that wasn't too much here. Come on. That boy's got fentanyl in him. Okay, who gets into a car accident and just runs off without the keys? Oh, that's because they're over here. Okay. Ooh, this thing's fast. That was a mistake. Come on. Okay. That was unfortunate. conditioner weapons. Great. Wait, no. Why did I do that? Let's see. Okay. Okay. Pretty sure I've already gotten all of this. Yeah. Let's fill this. Okay. That needs to go back in there. Ooh, good ball. Come on, big guy. Come on, big guy. There we go. Now, where? That's meant to take that road. Gonna be quite a detour. Unless it takes us straight to Muldra. And what's all this? That all just farmland? Oh, that takes us to Rose. Or no. It does take us to Muldra. Okay. Hmm. Well, there's worse places to be. Plenty of places to loot. Real big police station. But we got plenty of gas for this detour we're taking. Bam. That's a lot of sets. Coming up on the town. Oh, still a ways off. Weird. That's too far out to park it. Use that. I'll find one in town. That's neat. Completely taken apart. Well, his head's loading up. Choppy, choppy, choppy. Past the gas station already? I think so. Damn it. First off, make sure that is a gas station. Okay, no. That's right. Okay, cool. Warehouses. Should be storage units. Heavy duty performance tire. Another heavy duty performance tire. Okay. Why is that the only thing I've got? Hmm. Okay. Okay. Screws and steel sheets. Okay. All right. I'm going to go get some coffee and I will be right back. And we're back. Let's see. Oh, I can do this. Okay. Let's see. Cooking drugs. First aid. Okay. Yeah, I have to unbox the screw. I gotta modify this truck. Okay. Nice. Front right tire, 42%. Tire pump, tire pump, tire pump. Hey. I've got it. Yep. Jack. Tire iron. Whoop. There's the other heavy duty piece. Maybe that was it. Hey, what's going on? Are you seeing multiplayer MP? Uh, yeah, I have, but for the past 2 or 3 months, I've just been playing the new Build 42, and they haven't gotten multiplayer going on it yet. But no, once it does drop, and you can do multiplayer on it, I fully intend on. I've already got a group of people that I'm wanting to do a series with. Need to start stocking up on heat metal when I find it. Oh, so if let's see, if you go to this your Steam version of Project Zomboid on Steam, I'm assuming you've got it on Steam, correct? I'm assuming you do have it on Steam. Okay, dope. So when you're looking at your Steam page where you can launch the game, on the right hand side there's a little cogwheel that says manage. And if you go to the properties tab on the left hand side, it brings up a little menu. It says general updates, installed files, betas, controllers, all that jazz. You're going to click on betas, and it'll say beta participation. And you just select, it'll be on none, and you just select the unstable / backup first. That's the most recent version of the game that they're working on. Which, to be fair, it shouldn't be in beta but for another probably 2 months, and then after that it'll be the official version. But for now, if you want to play with all of the new mechanics and changes and stuff that they're planning on adding to the game, that's what you do. So for me, I'm a big fan of everything that they've been adding so far. The changes to the zombies make it feel much more like you're in a George Romero movie, just with the way that they act and the pathfinding and stuff like that. They recently changed the spawn mechanics on how the zombies spawn, and it's going to make playing in the more populated areas much more difficult. Let's see, I've already killed 3,000 zombies, and I started out in Brandenburg, which is one of the new cities. And for the most part, I've just been traveling, but between where I spawned in at to get myself up and running and the couple of places that I've stopped to loot up, I've killed almost 3,000 zombies. So there will be a lot of those. So much like in the Build 41, there's a mod that can add survivors. But I don't know if it's been updated yet. As far as base game goes, no. I don't think there are survivors. There is a mod called Week 1, where it actually starts you before the zombie apocalypse happens, and you get to play through this like story part where like the military's coming in and you have to figure out how to stop them from nuking the town and stuff. So this is the beginning of a relatively new run for my guy, for this particular person, and he's only been around for a month and a half. My last run went for almost 6 months before he ended up not surviving anymore. Like, let's see. Tiny welded one. Where's my books? Here we go. Yeah. So there have been, as far as like missions and trading and stuff goes, that's all going to be on the community. Like once multiplayer hits Build 42, because the way the devs are doing it is like they want you to have that like alone feeling. And like that's the kind of experience they're going for. Um, oh, shut up! I'll eat in a second. Um, but but yeah, like there's gonna be people who have like servers and all that kind of stuff that you can do multiplayer stuff on. Um, yeah, I'll just read the welding book. But I mean, I get what you're coming from. I mean, I had a lot of fun playing on the multiplayer world that I was playing on with some friends. Still losing weight. Okay. But as far as the game goes, they have added some, I guess, like they're calling it story elements, where like you come across scenes in the world. You know, like there's a house, and then uh, there's the way the dead bodies are, and like the way the loot you can find in there. They tell a story in and of itself. Uh, yeah, I see that you're by my door. Come on. Are you dead? Yeah, you're dead. Likewise. Thanks for hanging by. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button on your way out. Appreciate it much. Yes, perhaps I will see you in Kentucky one day. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Messing up my sleep schedule. That'll do. Why am I? Oh, my neck. Got it. Don't need that. What is epoxy and stuff going to be under? Here we go. Okay. Okay. Why won't you let me do this? Lights on. Hang on, be right back. Hey, what's up, Smash 'em? There we go. Sorry, my dog decided that he wanted to bark at a squirrel or something, and it's way too early in the morning for that shit to be happening. So, had to go bring him in and make sure he got his treats and shit. Cool. Give me one of them. That'll help with the drowsy. Yeah, Smash, how you doing, buddy? Yeah, I've been there. I made the wrong knife sheath. That's just gonna go in storage. Okay, where the fuck is mine? Here. I don't understand. Let me fix this machete. Dang it. Okay. Looking good so far. Wait a second. What happened? What did I take off? All right, so nah, man, I don't mind going over any of it at all. So this game is like hardcore survival, essentially. Um, it's basically zombie apocalypse happened, but it happened in Knox County, Tennessee, or Kentucky. Knox County, Kentucky, which is Louisville and the surrounding areas. So, like, if you're familiar with the area, you'll know the river and everything, and like that's Louisville, and it's a pretty damn faithful recreation. Like, I was actually kind of impressed. But yeah, the goal is to survive until you can't anymore. Which, in this game, a single bite is fatal. Like, do not pass go, do not collect $200. You're a walking corpse. You just don't know it yet. You know, like you've got a, like, there's different skills and stuff that you can level up. Like, if you start out as, a firefighter, you're not really going to know how to cook well, which means you can't make, really good food, and vice versa and stuff like that. So you have to learn how to do those things. Like, my guy, he's straight up, he's a thief. He's a burglar. I can hotwire cars, and I can sneak around pretty well. But the life skills, not so great. Like, yeah, like I'm having to slowly learn how to do those things. And you've got things like, you got to pay attention to your dude's, like, mental health, because that affects how good you can do at other things. And yeah, you got to keep track of a lot of things while you're out and about, trying not to let zombies eat your face. And what I've done is added quite a few mods just to spice things up and keep things fun. Like this giant 18-wheeler right here, which is basically a traveling base. And I added in some more guns, and if you're quick on the fly, I added drugs, which is just hilarious. Does that take the place of anything? No. But that doesn't... Okay, I don't know what I did with the crowbar. I'll have to figure that out later. What if it was from the riot gear? I don't know. Anyway. Yeah, no. It's great. I have been heavily addicted to this for far too long. It's one of those, like, I've got other games that I'm interested in playing, but every time I, like, sit down at the computer, it's like, all right, what do I want to do? It's like, I want to go explore and kill more zombies. So they can. That's pretty all configurable. Like, you can change those kind of values and stuff. So I've got mine set to Horde mode. So the zombies are normal. So, normal strength, normal population density, which, I mean, population density is still kind of nuts. Like, I've survived for about a month and a half now, and I've killed almost 3,000 zombies. So there's lots of zombies. Um, but so the horde mode, what that does is that every 10 days a horde of zombies spawns basically right on top of you, and they get bigger every horde. So I think I'm at 300 or 400 now, and then the next one after that's going to be 350 to 450. And yeah, like they basically, every horde adds 50 to the previous number. Hello, sir. You haven't paid your rental bill. Yeah. I'm a big fan too. Like, I like that. Like, if I want to build my own house, I can go out and work on getting better at carpentry until like I can build my own building. Or what I'm trying to do is, so what I wanted to do was spawn at the far end of the map and make it to Louisville, the big city, and then find a place to live here. And so I'm basically just kind of like looting along as I go, doing things like that. And so right now I'm in the probably third largest city, maybe fourth. So I'm going to loot here for this stream and then head on out the next one. But yeah, I want to find a really interesting, really large building and convert it. Like, the last run, I turned a strip club into my base. Well, when I've got a katana and an AR-15, I can deal with quite a lot of zombies. It's just a matter of I have to make sure that I'm not, too tired or too hungry. Like, if I'm well rested, I can burn through some zombies. Like, that's not a problem for me. So, speaking of, my dude's a little on edge, so we're going to have a cigarette, and I'm going to take a nap, apparently. Come on, finish your cigarette. Put that back on, that'll get rid of the smell. Let's see. Take some antidepressants. And we're going to sleep. Okay. No, but like, I think one of the things I love most about this game is the ability for telling a unique story every time you load in. I can play as the same person, but like when it comes to like D&D, like I don't know if you've ever played Dungeons and Dragons, but like, you can do and be lots of different things. And same thing here. It's like I can be a different person. Like if I want to be someone who worked at McDonald's their entire professional career and all they know how to do is flip burgers, I can do that. and I can play out a scenario where that person tries to survive the apocalypse. I'm not sure. So they just added farmable animals to the game. With let's see, with the latest build. It's not heavy duty. I don't need it. So I would imagine at some point we'll get those, but for right now, no. The zombies don't attack the animals. Got those. Gonna need that. Yeah, but one of the big things that they added with the most recent update was the ability to like farm animals yourself. So people who want that off the grid during zombie apocalypse can do that and have like, you know, sustainable food and stuff like that. Sir, this is what you do for a living. You should be better at this. That's what I thought. Nope. Alright, let's see. A skill point book. Mm-hmm. Okay. All these papers. Yeah. I'm right there with you for the most part. Like, what is it? Like Cyberpunk 2077. If you've never played it, one of the best games ever made. I think, like, right now, anybody who asks me without hesitation what my favorite video game is, it's Cyberpunk 2077. For that reason alone, just the amount of story you get and how, because like, here's the fallback for like a lot of like story driven, especially like RPG games, is that like the main story is like super curated. It is like, you know, fantastic. It's, you know, well written, all that stuff. But like once you start veering off the path and doing other RPG things, you might get one or two like well written side quest type things, but for the most part, you they don't have anything to do with the main story or how that works and stuff. And that kind of gets to me after a little bit. Like, I'm gonna need to bust this out. Equip a secondary. And then put that on. But yeah, like if it's a good story, I am 100% in. Cyberpunk? No. At least not without modding it. But it is like hands down the greatest single player experience I've ever had. Like I haven't played the Witcher games, which is the game they made, which is the CD Projekt Red's the studio that does Cyberpunk, and that's the games that they did beforehand. You might have watched the TV show or whatnot, but like those games get a lot of praise, and from everything I've experienced, Cyberpunk kind of takes those things that The Witcher does and just does them just a little bit better. Got all this stuff. Hey. Get some ice cream in her system. Make her happy. Aha. Oh yeah, yeah, no. Hogwarts Legacy is on my list. I will be. But yeah, did you ever play like Red Dead Redemption 2? It's all good, man. Um, yeah, if you like the storytelling in the comics, then you should be pretty happy with like how Cyberpunk and stuff goes. Um, are you running on a PS5 or do you have a PC? Okay. Yeah, if you're into games that have a really good story, you owe it to yourself to at least play through Red Dead Redemption 2 at least once. Um, the story is phenomenal. The gameplay is probably the weak part. But I don't know. You probably wouldn't think so. Just because you haven't been gaming for as long as I have. Um, but yeah, I think that would be. I think that would be one that you would probably get a good bit of use mileage out of. That's right. If I cut up a belt for a sheath, I'll have to do that. Here. Okay. They should be. They should be. So I mean, Cyberpunk has been getting fairly regular updates. To many people's surprise, and I don't think they're done. So there's definitely going to be some kind of probable sale going on, and you're going to want to get the Cyberpunk version that includes Phantom Liberty, which is the big DLC that came with it. That added a lot of really good changes, but on top of that, just some of the absolute best storytelling I've ever heard in any media that I've ever done. Um, oh, welcome to the party, my guy. Call of Duty has been delivering the exact same experience every year without fail since 2016, 2017, maybe. Um, yeah, like ever since Activision bundled all of their studios, it's just like any kind of like inventiveness or anything, it's just gone out the window. And it's just like, this is the kind of COD Treyarch does, this is the kind of COD Sledgehammer does, and this is the kind of COD Infinity War does, and you each pump out a game, and every year we're going to rotate between, and that's just the way it's been. Like, some things have been fun, but for the most part, like, coming from someone who has been outside of the COD community for the better part of 20 years, people who main COD as like the main game they play are in a abusive relationship with Call of Duty. And it's kind of sad because it's like they'll complain and they'll talk shit about how bad things are, and yet it's still going to be the only game that they play. And that means that there's no incentive from Activision or any of the other studios to do anything better, because it doesn't matter what they do, doesn't matter what the quality of the game they put out, people are still going to buy it and pay for it and get the bundles because it's got something cool in it and all that jazz. And it's just, it's it's battered gamer syndrome. Yeah, Phantom Liberty. Yeah, Phantom Liberty. That's the name of the big expansion from in Cyberpunk. There's a car. One of you guys got the keys. One of you guys better have the keys. No. Hey. Yep. Um, Yeah, and like the craziest part about that is that like Activision doesn't give a shit. They don't care about any of those like they legitimately don't give a shit about any of those demographics. Like yeah, trans, gay, whatever. Like they do not care. They're doing it. So that is not okay. Don't smash. I meant to cover it, but there's nothing on it. That's fine. Um, like they don't care. They're doing it so that way those types of people won't bitch on the internet about their game and play it instead. What's going on, Jambi? I'm gonna go cook some salmon. Or wait, no, cooking ground beef. Are you really trying to go outside to close curtains? Oh boy. I didn't invite these people to the house party. Okay. They couldn't even bring me the keys to the car in the driveway. Come on, finish cooking. Okay, Salami, it's your turn. Yeah, it can be... the first time I loaded this game up and was trying to like figure out how things worked and how to, mechanics and stuff. I think I kept track and it was like I had 8 different people that I went through in the course of like, no. I want you to smoke that knot. Okay, take it out and then smoke it. Come on. Yeah, I went through about 8 people in the course of like an hour and a half. Not tired enough to sleep my ass. That is why I have a whiskey flask. No. Okay. Cyberpunk never bombed. Cyberpunk had a rushed development cycle, and they had to put it out before it was ready. So it had a rough launch. Like, no lie. Like, mechanically speaking, was probably one of the worst video game launches ever. Now, as far as, like, the story goes, that has always been best in the game, best in the industry. That part has never changed. It took people like a year and a half to get past like the performance parts and for them to fix it. Because, like, after it launched, they're like, hey, look, we got forced into putting it out at this point. Like, we didn't want to do it, but trust us, we're going to, you know, all of our resources are going to go to getting the game fixed. And within a year, it was one of the best playing games, too. I don't know. Trust me, any mixed reviews are legitimately probably from launch that that never got fixed. I promise you. Like, as it is right now, it is one of, if not the best video games ever made of all time. Storytelling beats anything else that's out there. The gameplay is amazing. Replayability on it's fantastic. Like, I'm not a super emotional person, but there's a certain character in the game that when I found out I wasn't going to be able to romance, or I got turned down because I was a male and they were gay. Didn't know that going in. And it hurt more than some of the rejections I've gotten in real life. What do you mean I'm not tired enough to sleep? Do I have sleep meds? That's gonna fuck with me for too long. Maybe. I don't know. We'll take a Xanny. Yeah, no, I'm telling you, man, it's on another level. Come on. My name is Funky Thumbs, and I approve this message. Come on, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, and I can't fall asleep. Why? Mm-hmm. It's older than that, buddy. It came out in 2020. Okay. There we go. Yeah, that is Cyberpunk. That is CD Projekt Red's bread and butter. Is like the crazy immersive single player games. Nope. Sir, I said back off. It's actually immersive with an I and two M's. But no one's keeping track. Cool. Okay. What's going on, Taz? Albuquerque. I got you, bud. Art gallery. Okay, must be there. I have to check that out when I get there. Hmm. Ooh, that person had crack cocaine on him. Oh, key. Dodge Caravan. Is that what this is? Yeah, buddy. Hell yeah. Oh, Taz, that's fantastic. You've been going after that thing for months. Oops. So funny story about that, Smash. This game technically hasn't launched yet, and it has been in early access for like 12 years. Okay. This Dodge Caravan drives real fucking weird. Oh, that's the hotel. Yeah. Yeah. Although, to be fair, one of my favorite cars to drive is the 1949 Dodge Power Wagon. It looks sick, and it's got so good, like, straight line power, and does pretty good off-road. Okay, cool. This thing is just like magnetically attracted to fences and walls. Okay. Okay. Cool. Because we pissed off so many zombies. Here, we're gonna have to go. Oh man, no, I get you. Um, I I was more into the resto mod stuff than I was into like being a 9 to 5 mechanic. I did custom custom speaker installs and custom modifications for probably 4 or 5 years out of high school. Um, like my my favorite was a 1974 Datsun 240Z, like the Fair Lady. Found one for like $1,200 and bought it and turned it into uh, really kind of a monster. Had a buddy who had this El Camino that had a big block Chevy engine in it. He was tuning for drag racing, and I bought it off of him for like $600. Detuned it to where it would be more or less street legal, basically 500 horses to the wheels, and slammed it into the Datsun, and it was it was gnarly. The Chevo legs with Nike Power Sports, hell yeah! All right, I'm gonna go top off my coffee, and we're gonna fight a fuckload of zombies. All right, we're back. Let's see. I want to put that back in there. Reload your gun. Okay. That's a lot of dudes. More dudes than I was expecting. That's a lot of dudes. Yeah, I know you're freaked out, dude. Whoop. It's alright. I needed to get my aiming practice in. Yeah, like I don't know. I like the high end like luxury sports kind of things, but like when it comes to just like the aesthetics, that Aston Martin just does it for me. Nope. No touching. I didn't think I'd end up taking out an entire town, but here we are. Great thing about using guns is, you know, like when you're tired or sleepy in this game, you can't use melee for shit. Bullets don't get tired. Stay down. Okay. Cool. Let me open that real quick. Okay. May have just juked my gunshot. Okay. I guess time to start pushing forward. So, part of the reason why I've started using the gun over here is because the whole goal is to pull as many of the zombies out from the police station as possible, which the police station is normally fucking overrun. And now that I'm starting to see zombies in police and SWAT uniforms, I know it seems to be working. you were supposed to be dead. Well, dead again. Okay. More of you than I expected. A little bit. Okay. We're going to cheese this up a little bit. Probably not. I probably don't. But I should make my bullets back once I get into the police station. Oh, yeah. Now I'm manually loading magazines. Okay. There we go. Let's see. Yes, there are explosives. I just have not learned the recipes to create them. I gotta get like mechanics and welding higher. Alright, hang on. Let's take some pills so we're not as freaked out. That guy had full fucking SWAT gear on. Look at that bitch. Well, to make like aerosol bombs, and it'll take some electronics. I meant to say electronics when I said mechanics. Sorry, I'm also in the process of killing like 1,000 zombies, so words may slip. Like... I started the stream at 27 something and I'm at 35, 28 now. Shotguns are generally not a very good gun in this game, but I found out that if I take the lever action shotgun and cut the barrel and the stock off, I can turn it into the Terminator 2 shotgun. And I love it. I also run the Dirty Harry revolver. Because these zombies can make my day. Let's see. Where did I put it? There you are. Give me secondary. Is the guy over here? Yeah, it was. Yep. Yeah, I've got... This one is the Colt Python in 44 mag. I also have a Smith & Wesson 625, I think? No. It's a different Smith & Wesson, but it's essentially the exact same gun. Just from Smith & Wesson and not from Colt. Ta-da! Swat shoulder pads. Okay. Get in. There you go. Thank you. Yeah, like it is a lot to micromanage, you know? Like I gotta know how much money or how much like energy, how much ammo I've got. Like it's just a lot to keep track of. Oh yeah, there it is. It's just the Smith & Wesson revolver. But that one's at full... It is, right? Just about. That never gets not like that ever. That is always going to be satisfying. Fucking bomb squad suit, that guy over here. Okay. I mean, that's half the reason I do this, man. Like, I want to play games and do stuff that like makes other people want to jump in and do the same thing. Okay. Maybe take these guys out. Might have to keep the house. Sir, get off my lawn. So I tell you what, once they add multiplayer to the beta here, absolutely. Or once they finish the beta and update it, and it's got multiplayer, absolutely. Oh, peanut butter. Get in my bag. Thank you, sir. What the hell's in that parcel? Coffee machine. I already have a coffee machine. Okay, getting sleepy. You know what? Hang on. Where is that? That was rude, sir. Ooh, lighter fluid. I fucking needed that forever. Nope. Well, appreciate you people coming in. Might come back to that 308 later. This is already at max? Damn. So, yeah, one of so the way encumbrance works is each type of, like, you've got your main inventory and you've got your total encumbrance right up here. Okay. Each type of bag has an overall capacity and how much encumbrance reduction it has. So, like, this has an 85% encumbrance reduction because it's a military backpack. You'd think that it should be good. So, of the 36 pounds it can hold, your body's only going to feel, a quarter of it. Now, something went kind of fucky with one of the mods that I added because I added a mod that adds different types of satchels, which are these right here. And somehow all of their carrying capacity was changed to 100. Meaning this satchel now carries like 50 pounds worth of stuff and completely negates that 50 pounds while it's on your person. And it's the strangest thing ever. So I'm kind of cheating the system a little bit because I'm carrying way more than I should be able to. But at the same time, it keeps me from having to make multiple fucking trips back and forth and back and forth. Wait, can be... Yeah, well, it's kind of the name of the game considering I'm playing on the beta. Like, people are updating their mods as fast as they can because this is going to be the new version of the game. No, don't sit down. I want you to open the door. I can't find the light. That's the bathroom. Is this just kitchen? Nah, that'll do. Ah, there you are. Got you. Anyway, so, people are updating the mods and creating mods and stuff as this version of the game is being developed. And, you know, it leads to some interesting interactions between some things. Okay. Found all the cops. Okay. Wait, it's got an M9. I don't need any of those. Come on. Okay, Robert Sadler. Really? That's what I needed. Key to get into the police station. So that's another mod I added. It's extensive. Like, I've got joints. I got here LSD, oxycodone, Ritalin, gummies, Xanax. I found pouches, all the powdered stuff you could imagine. Like, main game's only got, I mean, the only drug you're gonna find is booze, tobacco. It absolutely can be. Like, there have been a couple of times where Ritalin has literally saved my life because I got in over my head with some zombies and I started getting tired. And when you get tired, it's so much harder to fight zombies. So I just methed myself up and carried on until everything was done and then slept for 2 in-game days. Uh, hmm. I wouldn't say run. Um, but I mean, it's because it's one of those things like you have stamina and it recharges slowly, and it's slower the more tired you are. So what you don't want to do is only run. Um, because as it sits, your normal walking pace will outpace zombies. So as long as you don't stop, you can just walk and you're not consuming stamina or doing anything like that. But if you start to get closed in on, what you can do is like sprint in short bursts, like run, get to where like you're, all of the zombies are on one side of you and you're not being surrounded. Or run and then get over an obstacle that'll slow them down even more. Um, but like that's also what the fitness skill is for. Like the higher that is, the more you can run before getting tired and out of breath and stuff. So it's like if as long as you're like in real life, the more often you're physically active, the longer you can be physically active. So, all right. Give me a second. I got to let the dog back out. He's scratching at the door. I will be back momentarily. Have a good one, Jambi. I'll catch you later. No, sir. Okay, boys. Ooh, okay, let's see. We got some. Okay, I want your magazine. I am going to call it here. We've got the police station mostly cleared out, so we're going to load up on all the gear we can out of it and probably head on out. Either way, thanks for hanging out, everybody that did. If you're watching this later as a VOD, thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you can, and I will catch you when I catch you.